Food 52 awarded this lemony dessert I came up with as one of their genius recipes a few years back. What I can tell you is it's super healthy, incredibly creamy, takes 6 minutes to put together, and is just more evidence of how much I love extra virgin olive oil. Hola! Welcome back to my Spanish kitchen. This is where I have all kinds of fun sharing recipes I've discovered while living in Spain so that you can feed yourself and your family the same healthy Mediterranean way every day. Most people know this as the Mediterranean diet, and I've tagged this recipe so that you can see just how easy it is to follow too. Let's go over the ingredients for this incredibly easy recipe. Starts with 3 eggs, half a cup of lemon juice, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of olive oil. You see a theme happening here. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 2 tablespoons, 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. When I first created this recipe, I used Meyer lemons. I could get my hands on them easily in the United States, and hopefully you can too. Here, not so easy. And so because the Meyer lemon is milder and a little bit more fruity, I use 2 tablespoons of zest. For regular table lemons, 1 will do. And that's all it takes. We're going to put it in a blender, turn the blender on, and we'll be done. So let's get started. This recipe is super simple. I'm lucky enough to have a Vitamix blender with a hot soup setting, so that's what I'll be using today. But any blender will mix all the ingredients together in the same way I'm going to do it, and then you can just transfer it to a stovetop in a saucepan over a hot water bath and stir it until it cooks to the same creamy consistency. But I'm going to go the easy route. So let's get started. All it takes is I'm going to add my 3 eggs, my half cup of lemon juice, and by the way, I strained this to make sure that it keeps that creamy consistency. 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a cup of white sugar, and that's all we have to do to begin. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to turn on the hot soup setting, but I'm going to keep my eye on my timer because at 4 minutes in the process of the setting, I'm going to start drizzling in the olive oil, and that will finish off the dish in another 2 minutes. The entire process takes 6, so let's get started with that. It's been 4 minutes. I paused the blender. Normally I wouldn't do that. I simply take the lid off and start pouring in the olive oil, but it's incredibly noisy, so you're not going to want to enjoy that part of it. What's important to remember is pour this in gradually as the blender is going. It'll be going at its highest speed, and as that happens over the next 2 minutes, you'll start to see how much creamier it gets, and it'll completely cook the eggs, and it'll incorporate the olive oil. So I'll start all over again with that. It's been 6 minutes. If you got a blender like mine, you'll notice that the creamy custard starts to slide down the side and get more solid, and then you'll know it's done. I'm going to carefully take the lid off because it's going to be a little steamy. And if you take a look at that, how creamy and smooth that is, oh boy, it's even setting up in here. So I'm going to have to try a little bit of it. Truth is, this is really a lemon mayonnaise that's made for dessert. What could be better than that? But you can use this warm. You can serve it in a tart with some fresh fruit on top of it. You could serve it in its own little custard cups. It's tradition in Europe to buy yogurt in glass jars. I save these little jars for everything. I serve coffee in them at the end of the meal. I'll put a chocolate mousse in them. I'm definitely putting some of this lemon curd in them. They're good for everything. And the curd also can be frozen. So if you feel like you want to save this for later and add it to a different dessert, you can always do that. But look how simple that was. And it's so flavorful, and it's pretty much of a classic Spanish flan, but a little bit softer. I decided to use my little yogurt jars and turn them into custard cups. So we'll be chilling these and having a little treat later this afternoon. Another big advantage of making this kind of custard is that the custard never gets hot enough to destroy any of the antioxidants or polyphenols that are such a healthy part of olive oil. So you can give this a try and know that you're eating healthy, even if it doesn't taste like it. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you get a chance to come back soon, because all throughout the season, we'll be exploring more incredibly healthy and tasty ways to eat the Mediterranean way every day.